Yeah, I don't know. As a kid,
yeah,
I don't know. As a kid, a fucking vehicle that spouts out water, fights fire, and makes a wee woo wee woo wee woo sound.
Yeah.
Is there anything fucking cooler? Maybe helicopter. I will say, hey, yeah,
Helicopter.
helicopter. Okay.
I remember my sister when she was like 4 years old for a school presentation. She was like, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And she's like, "I want to be a fire truck."
not a firefighter.
No, because it was in Japanese, and like firefighter is shoboshi, and fire truck is shobosha. So she accidentally said, "I want to be a fire truck," and we all thought like, "You fucking idiot."
Maybe you just want to be Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
She's like, "I want to be that," whatever that is.
Sir, the Allspark. Have you noticed that in Japan, people like the fire trucks and ambulances are way too polite.
Wait, how so?
Like,
Because they're like over the intercom, they
you're like,
signal you.
and
They're like, torimasu,
and like,
torimasu.
yeah, like they're really slow about it. In America, I feel like they're like balls to the wall, get the fuck out
They're
of
like,
it.
if you get hit, it's your fault.
Same in the UK, I feel like people are way too slow to get out of the way here for them.
Yeah,
Everyone's very cautious.
I would say so.
I guess that's everything, and we don't anymore.
Well, because I see sometimes how slow some of these like ambulances and fire trucks are, like, you know, cutting through red lights and shit. I'm like, is there really an emergency happening, or did you just want to like get home quickly? Like,
I think it's an emergency, Joey.
like, I can't, because sometimes they're going slower than regular cars on a green light. So I'm like, are you like in a hurry at all, or like is this building just like gone at this point now, and you just like coming to do the after cleanup? Like, what's going on? Like, I feel like you should be in a little bit more of a hurry, especially ambulances. Oh my god,
Yeah, they feel so slow.
They're so slow.
Would not want to be in the middle of nowhere with an ambulance.
I mean, I feel bad when I lived in Thailand and it was like gridlocked
my
traffic,
God.
and then I'd hear the ambulance, and I'd be like, oh, rest in peace.
They are long dead.
Like I'm sitting here in traffic, and like people are trying their best to make way for this ambulance, but there are already like 4 lanes in this road, and there are 5 lanes of cars in this road. There is no space for the cars to move.
I think it'd just be quicker for the paramedics to run over, you know? It's like, out of the way.
Honestly, it would definitely be quicker. So cars are moving out the way, but it is still snail's pace.
Yeah.
I've seen fire trucks try to get through traffic in Bangkok as well, and I'm like, that is
They
ashes.
need to put like bulldozers on the front of them.
Just like slanted ramps.
Just like you're moving. You don't have a choice.
I feel like they'd have a better chance just hiring an army of like motorcycles with like buckets of water and one fire engine to drive through like Bangkok traffic, man.
Just deploy the helicopter, man.
If your car got bulldozed out of the way, everyone would move.
I mean,
Suddenly,
they wouldn't have a choice.
They'd start Tetrising cars in the street. They'd be like, guys, move.
Just deploy the helicopter, man.
If your car got bulldozed out of the way, everyone would move.
I mean,
Suddenly,
they wouldn't have a choice.
They'd start Tetrising cars in the street. They'd be like, guys, park in here. Oh, the L-shaped car? No, not gonna say it.
Getting out of there.
Completely changing topics though. Have you ever fallen out of love with, let's say, a hobby or something you like because of a fan base? Because
anime.
just anime is
yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't say fallen out of love. I would definitely say like not be as vocal about it. It's probably the more correct way to say it.
I am getting to a breaking point now because motherfucking One Piece fans, man. I don't know
what's happening.
I don't know when this has started to happen because to me, like when I grew up with One Piece was always like the least popular,
Like a sleeper hit.
Yeah, the sleeper one out of like Bleach and Naruto.
It was the most chill out of the
big, you know, One Piece fans were like the most chill because everyone was like, yo, Naruto, yo, Bleach, and One Piece fans are like, yo, we actually have a good show. You know, just ignore the art style. Don't worry, it's a really good story. Just get to it. And now, at this current point in time, I feel like One Piece fans are becoming the new Dragon Ball fans. And by the time this episode is getting released, I am going to hazard a guess that they have fully transformed into the new Dragon Ball fans.
You know why that happened though? Because there's no Naruto and Bleach equivalent to keep them humble.
I think whenever a show hits a level of popularity, it just happens though.
Yeah, I mean, it is a level of popularity. Yeah, so on this episode, when I grew up with One Piece was always like the least popular.
Like a sleeper hit.
Yeah, the sleeper one out of like Bleach and Naruto.
It was the most chill out of the
You know, One Piece fans were like the most chill because everyone was like, yo, Naruto, yo, Bleach, and One Piece fans are like, yo, we actually have a good show. You know, just ignore the art style. Don't worry, it's a really good story. Just get to it. And now, at this current point in time, I feel like One Piece fans are becoming the new Dragon Ball fans. And by the time this episode is getting released, I am going to hazard a guess that they have fully transformed into the new Dragon Ball fans.
You know why that happened though? Because there's no Naruto and Bleach equivalent to keep them humble.
I think whenever a show hits a level of popularity, it just happens though.
Yeah, I mean, it is a level of popularity, but I feel like they are getting so fucking insufferable now, and I feel like a lot of this is around the. I mean, this is probably the most spoiled fucking thing in any popular media because guys, did you know that Gear 5 exists and it's like the anime of that episode is like coming out soon. I would like to keep it light on spoilers, but I've seen fucking massive exhibits of just like this new Luffy form that they've just built, and I'm just like, are people not even trying anymore?
No, like the anime exhibit thing in Japan, they just don't give a fuck because they assume that everyone who's coming to these exhibits just has caught up on everything. Like I remember first thing we ever talked about in this podcast, episode 1. I remember I was talking about going to the Attack on Titan exhibit. Yeah, right. That feels like a fucking decade ago. But like I remember I went there. I'm not a manga reader for Attack on Titan, anime only. Final season hadn't even come out yet. Yeah. And I was like, I remember first thing we ever talked about in this podcast, episode 1. I remember I was talking about going to the Attack on Titan exhibit. Yeah. Right? That feels like a fucking decade ago. But like, I remember I went there. I'm not a manga reader for Attack on Titan, anime only. Final season hadn't even come out yet. Yeah. And I was like, oh, there's an Attack on Titan exhibit. Let's go check it out. Yeah. I went, I got spoiled to shit because they literally show every single, up to the latest chapter in a frame. And I'm just like, well, great. I just got fucking spoiled.
I guess that's like me going to like Van Gogh Museum and be like, fuck, you made another piece? Fuck.
It's like going to the Van Gogh Museum and be like, fuck, he's dead? Fuck. What? He's not alive?
He cut his own ear off?
What the fuck?
That's like me going to the Vinland Saga exhibit and I'm like, what? The wiki spoiled everything? the wiki spoiling what happens to Thorfinn? What's going on?
People being like, oh, dude, don't spoil Oppenheimer. It's like,
I don't know what happens.
Guys, did you know a bomb explodes at the end of Oppenheimer? Didn't see it.
Did you know they made a sequel? It's coming out.
Oppenheimer 2.
No, but like, like my Twitter has just been like unfucking bearable recently, and a lot of that is just to do with One Piece fans.
They're spoiled. Huh? They got too much good shit.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here being like, I am a One Piece fan. I love One Piece. It's one of my favorite anime series of all time. And now I'm just like, fuck, I don't want to like One Piece. I don't want to be associated with.
It hasn't reached levels of Rick and Morty though, right?
I think it's getting there. I think it's getting there. Okay, I literally saw a tweet.
Oh god.
This morning that was literally like it was like part of like the paneling of like Gear 5, and there is like this one panel of something that Luffy does, and it's not like a double page spreader. It's like something in the background that Luffy does in this form, and they're like, this is how this power works. He isn't just doing X. He is literally like adjusting the molecules of his bodies to do this. And I'm like, motherfucking One Piece fan, when they see one panel and they call Oda like God, you know what I mean? Like Luffy taking a fucking shit. This is like foreshadowing to like an arc that came 5 arcs later. I'm like, oh my fucking God.
I'm waiting for the One Piece. I'm waiting for the One Piece power scaling videos.
I guess that's what happens though when you have such a long running show with so many rewarding callbacks or mentions of prior information, is that you start to think like he's got it all figured out.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly what happened.
I'm sure there's a good chunk of what Oda writes where he just makes it the fuck up. On the spot.
Well, that's exactly what happened with like Naruto and Bleach as well. Yeah. Like it went on for so long that people just started to come up with these like crazy fan theories that neither of the creators ever said was legit. Yeah. And then you just have people like shitting all over the fan base because they're just so hyperactive. Yeah. And it's just like a never-ending spiral. And now I feel One Piece has gone to that point again because there's no season, at least in the general consensus, that is on par or even above One Piece, that is as long running as One Piece. So now they're just in like an unstoppable mode. They're like,
I also think though as well, we're probably in a time where we see a lot more negativity on social media in general because it's rewarded more right now, like retweet culture. So I think it's probably a mixture of that, like One Piece getting more hype, but then also social media websites rewarding more dunking or controversial takes.
It's all just like, I guess, like sensationalized, because like people are just like, by the time this is released, obviously the Gear 5 episode is going to be released.
Spoilers.
But half of my
time for the goddamn anime.
Huh?
Ain't nobody got time for that anime, bro.
Half the people calling this like half my timeline in terms of like One Piece has just been, this is already the most iconic transformation in anime of all time. Dragon Ball fans are dead. Don't worry, Dragon Ball's time is over. Gear 5 Luffy is better than Super Saiyan Goku. And I'm just like, what? Can you not like something without dunking on something else? Is that just not like is that not like a possibility here?
Yeah, but I mean, Dragon Ball fans were already doing that to their own fan base. When like Super Saiyan Blue came out, everyone was like, yo, this is the pinnacle. Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 3 ain't shit compared to this.
Yeah, I guess I thought One Piece fans were better.
I thought they were more civilized than Dragon Ball fans.
I thought we were more civilized. Motherfuckers just can't like something. Like, did you see like...
No, it's probably all the Dragon Ball fans that were like, I'm not going to watch Super anymore. Hey, One Piece though. And then they just migrated over to the One Piece fandom. It's the same fandom.
Yeah, because I saw like Charlie got like a lot of at least heat on Twitter, which I know is not real heat, but it's Twitter people being Twitter people. Yeah, for sure. But it just like blows my mind where he came out to be like, I finally like One Piece. Charlie, Moist Critical, finally likes One Piece. He just doesn't like Luffy. Okay. And then a lot of people just absolutely hated him for that. And I'm like,
how did you not like the main character?
And I think for like half, at least a good chunk at the start, Luffy is the worst character.
Yeah. I mean, Luffy is... I mean,
he's just like gone. But like if Gon never grew up.
I think Luffy has his own charms as like a protagonist, but he's not my favorite character in One Piece. But I can understand as a One Piece fan why someone would not be the biggest fan of Luffy. I see someone like Charlie being like, I'm finally liking One Piece, and I see that I get excited. I'm like, this is a fucking dub. Yeah, man. Fuck yeah. You don't like Luffy? Okay, understandable. Have a nice day. But yo,
there's
Water 7 and his lobby. Fuck yeah.
There's plenty of other characters you can fall in love with. And
then I see like a lot of One Piece fans being like, fuck Charlie. Fuck,
he's not a real One Piece fan.
He doesn't like One Piece the right way. And I'm like, oh,
like shut the fuck up,
motherfucker.
Shut the fuck up.
This is pissing me off so
my
much.
God.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one thing that I've noticed, and one thing where, there's been a few instances where I've liked something and the fan base has just made it a lot harder to like it as well.
So are you convinced now, or are you contemplating to say that you're not a One Piece fan anymore because of that?
I'm not there yet, because I do still really, really fucking like One Piece.
Yeah.
It's still fucking great.
Yeah.
But
you're not going to be as vocal about it.
I'm